Hi, Alex. How are you? Can you hear me? Um, I cannot hear you.
Hey, can you see me?
I cannot see you. I can hear you though. There you go. How are you doing,
Oh,
Alex?
how's it going? It's nice to finally see you in person.
Yes, it's great to finally meet with you, Alex. So we were matched initially, but then you were matched with a different mentor, and now we're matched again. How did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it happened really weird. I don't know.
That's crazy. But I'm glad to be your mentor again, and I'm glad we're finally having this conversation. So,
Yeah.
have you ever had a one-on-one meeting before with a mentor?
Yes, I did with my previous mentor, but I was way in the beginning, so not now. So yeah, I don't really know how it's supposed to work.
Okay, no, this is fine. I'll lead it. I do have to remind you that I'm recording this meeting for Udacity's quality purposes, right?
Okay.
So that's just that you know. Okay, so basically, what I have to do as a mentor, I have to fill out a form, which basically is I'm going to ask you some questions about how your progress is going. Just three questions, and then we can move on to any questions that you may have regarding a project or whatever content you want to cover right now, right?
Okay.
Okie dokie. Uh, so sorry, my phone is ringing. Let me turn it off. The first thing I'm going to share with you after we end our call. I have a learning plan for you. Now I have to update the dates for this. So when was your starting date that you want to use for this learning
Hold on, let me check real quick. I think it might have it on here. Like, uh,
I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, the exact day, but just something around like
I think that's the right date. I believe it was
August
August.
4th.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can let's use that for now.
awesome. We can use August 4th. All right. So the way this lesson plan works, basically it has a suggested progress rate. So as you can see here, you have all the lessons of the program, and that means this for this lesson, it suggests that you spend about 2 days working on it, and then when you should begin your projects and when are your projects due. Just a reminder, these deadlines are soft deadlines, are more as a suggestion that okay, that's a progress that we want you to follow. That's a suggested progress. So right now, you are starting to work in the analyze AV testing results, right?
Hmm.
Right. So your next deadline would be October the 6th, which is next week. Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. So that means that you are on schedule, and this is expected progress. And for the next units, you can use this as a guideline. Cool.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right. So with that in mind, let's start our first question that says, how's your progress coming along in the program?
It's been good. Yeah, I've been able to go through the modules fairly consistently on time. I think that I'd mentioned that with my current work, at my job, I've jumped around a little bit. Um,
Right.
so I had jumped to the data wrangling section to try to get some information on how to get information from APIs, and so I
Right.
jumped back. So now I'm kind of back in the statistics portion and working on the project.
That's great to hear. So back at the statistics portion and working on the project. Great. With that in mind, the next question is if you think that we should do any changes to your learning plan to accommodate maybe for if you have upcoming vacations or like a break in the program.
No, I think the learning plan is good. I'd honestly forgotten about the Google Doc. My other mentor had shared one with me, but since I've been jumping around so much, I kind of haven't
Right.
really been keeping track of it, I guess. But when I was completely just on the plan itself, this was a really good guide. So I don't think there's any changes.
Awesome. I don't think there are any changes we should do as well. So I think you're on the right track. Great. Not for the moment. Great. So those two questions are the ones that I'm going to ask you every time. And in case like if you fall behind or if you have like upcoming events and we need to make some adjustments to your plan, then we will do it in this moment of the meeting. But then after that, the next question is what can I help you with today? And that's basically when we can go. We can run your code. We can I can walk you through any projects or whatever you need help with. This is a moment where we handle that. So what can I help you with today?
So I had finished the multiple linear regression module. The question that I had was like towards the end with multicollinearity, and then p-values and like a multiple linear regression models. I don't really understand what they like signify. So it's really just like the model and then like choosing like which variables to use.
Right.
The like last question from that was like a little confusing for me. And then I don't really know what p-values mean like in that.
All right. I have this is my project when I was studying the program. So I believe it follows the same progression of questions. So we might find okay, so you're talking about regression, and I believe these are the questions. I don't know if they ring a bell.
I haven't really gone. I'm still at the beginning part of the project.
All right, it's the beginning part of the regression approach.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in there. I think I saw your.
Okay. Do you want to check on your end just to make sure that we are on, like working on the same question?
Yeah. I could share my screen too and like show you.
Sure. That would be helpful. In the past, however, I haven't been able to share two screens simultaneously.
Oh, can you see mine? You can't see mine.
No, I cannot see yours. So let me stop my share and so I can see yours. Oh. I can see yours now. Great.
Okay. So this is the multiple linear regression section. Let me expand this. Yeah, so this question was talking about the different housing types. And so we ran a linear regression model with the price as the response variable.
Right.
And then this is the result of the model. And pretty much the last question was saying that to reduce this model, we would only really need neighborhood B and area as the variables to predict the price, the housing price. Like these other ones wouldn't really count.
Okay.
So I'm wondering why that is, because like just because this is a negative relationship, why we would factor that out of the model unless there was like another thing that I wasn't seeing.
Right. Let me open that lesson on my end. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about different things. So I was going through the multiple regression part of the project, but you're talking about the specific lesson that covers it, the multiple regression.
Yeah. It's just like the concept of like what variables to use and like what doesn't work or.
Okay, just give me a second here. I'm opening the.
Oh, and as I'm looking at it again, the p-values for these variables are high, so maybe that's what they were. I thought that they were just saying that you only use B in the area because these were positive, but now that a lot of the p-values are high, so maybe that's why you don't.
Yeah, that might be why for sure.
Yeah, and see, I was confused as to what the p-values meant, like in context of like what the model is. But now that I guess that kind of makes sense. I'm sorry, but I guess I'm like answering my own question right now.
No. That's good. I mean, maybe sometimes you need to go over like verbalize your questions And then when you verbalize it, you're like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, now that's kind of making sense. Yeah, because I didn't really understand what the p-value meant, like, in this model. Like, I understand that, like, p-value is, like, the probability, like, the area under the curve.
Right.
But I guess, like, in this model where there's multiple elements, like, what this meant. And so I guess this is, like, the probability that this affects the model.
Right.
So
Right.
if this is really high, then that means it doesn't really make that much of an effect. Is that correct?
I think you're in the right track. Yes.
Yeah, that's starting to make a little bit more sense to me. So
No. Totally. I'm great that you're figuring it out by yourself. I mean, it's great. Can you point out the specific portion of the lesson? What number are we at?
it's at number 25.
Number 25. All right. Okay.
And then it's a model 1 in the notebook.
Right. Okay, got it. Have you been answering the different questions that you questions 1 to 3?
Yes.
Okay. Do you got them right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
The specific question was the third question 3 of 3.
The predicted home price if the home is a lot in neighborhood C with an area of 0, or which one?
It says, based on your results, choose the best answer below.
Right.
And then the correct answer was that the best model would only include the area, the dummy variable of neighborhood B.
Versus the other neighborhoods. Yes, that is the correct answer. And we're talking about model 2, right? No, model, yes, model 2.
Oh, model 1.
Model 1. All right. So it says that the correct model should only include the area dummy variable for neighborhood B versus the other neighborhoods. Got it. Okay. Area B and dummy variable versus the other neighborhoods. Got it. Yes, it's totally depending on the p-value. Yes, you got it absolutely right. I mean, you have like a super high p-value for the A, and areas it has a p-value of 0, and B has a p-value of 0, which makes it like super. I mean, they do have like a big impact on the model.
Right. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Just confirming what you said. I mean, you're right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. See, I guess I like wasn't really like looking at this before when I was going through all of the different.
Right.
So now, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yes. Great. And do you get the correct answer for questions 1 and 2 as well? You said.
Yes, I did.
Awesome. So for the project itself, you're not required to use multiple linear regression. You do, however, have to fit a model of just a simple regression is fine. But you will have to create some dummy variables, and you will have to choose your different your different variables that you're going to fit the model with.
Okay.
All right. You have any other question regarding lesson 15 or?
No, I mean, that makes like a lot more sense to me now. Because at first I thought it was just like because the relationships were negative that I wasn't using them. So
right.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking like why we weren't, but now that makes sense this is like the signifier of it. So
yes, p-value is going to be like it's the rule to rule them all at the end of the day for statistics. I mean, if you don't have a significant p-value, I mean, you you won't use many things that doesn't cover that requirement. What about the next lesson? Have you gone through the logistic regression, or have you started working on the project? How are you doing with that for your next deadline?
I actually haven't done logistic regression. I kind of skipped it and then started on the project. And
I think I was going to suggest that. So
okay,
yeah,
cool.
I think it was a good approach because the project itself you don't it's not, I mean, like 3/4 of the project is you don't have to use regression at all. So I
Okay.
would start making some progress with the project. And if you have like if you find a blog, if you find like a roadblock um, that you need to go back to regression, then you can go back to see those lessons. But I think it's important right now, since you have the deadline coming, to focus on the project. I think it would be a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of had that idea. Just like going through the lessons, I was like, this is a lot of information,
Yes.
and so kind of go and apply it. So I was like, let me start on the project and see like how far I get, and then if I need to go back, I'll go back.
Right. And how are you feeling with the project?
It's good so far. Like, it actually is like reinforcing the concepts, and like I did have to go back to kind of like remember like certain,
Right.
like doing like the mean and um, yeah, like calculating the probabilities and stuff. But yeah, it's been like fairly straightforward. But yeah, I jumped over to data wrangling again yesterday, so I need to just like focus on the project.
And data wrangling is I mean, it's one of the toughest parts of it's one of the toughest projects. I don't know if you're covering the lessons or working through the project. But I mean, yeah. So I would say, I would imagine that changing the mindset that you need for data wrangling and then to statistics is it's a hard mind shift. But yeah, part of
Yeah, I
the
keep
part of
jumping
the
back
job.
and forth, mainly because like my job, like with work, they're just like, oh, we need like more information, so like, can we like access this API? And so I'm
Oh,
like,
you're working with APIs.
go and learn this, and yeah, it's just been like a lot of back and forth.
Right, right. But I think the data wrangling lessons are really thorough, and and like it gives you a great overview how to be working with APIs. I don't know the specific API you're working with at your job. What is?
It's a Fresh Desk API, so it's like a customer service.
Right, I remember you sent
Yeah,
me,
because you
and
sent me the
yes,
link, the GitHub link.
and then were you able to use that code, to utilize that code?
So it didn't work, but I think it's because we have a custom domain. So I'm trying to like switch things around. I'm using a Tableau.
Okay.
Um, so I found like a data connector, like a web data connector, where I just put in like a URL, and then I can there's like a custom like GET requests and things that you put in there.
Right.
And then after that, it like outputs a JSON file. But like the output of the JSON file in Tableau, it's like not in the right format. So yeah, I've been like trying to like figure out how to work around it. But
Right. I think there is because you haven't gotten to the data wrangling project, right? No, not yet. Okay. Let me suggest a lesson because when you work through the project, well, but you say it outputs it as a JSON file.
yeah, are you still seeing my screen?
Yeah, sure. I can see it.
Yeah. So it's really good. So there's like a data connector, and so I connected it to this REST API.
Right.
And then I put in the endpoint, and then it'll make the request with like the credentials that I put in.
Right.
And then this is the output. So it outputs a JSON, like a link to a JSON file.
Okay.
But it's not like formatting it. It isn't like calling this into Tableau. So
Right.
to like actually grab the URL of this and then like output the actual file, but it's just not doing it in
Have
Tableau.
you tried reading that JSON file into a data frame, into Pandas data frame?
I have not. I guess I should do that like outside of this. It's just like I'm trying to think of how to automate it. So like,
Right. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
yeah, so this will like because it refreshes every day. So this will give me the custom link every day, but then I would have to go in and like do that. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to like work around it, but I'm going back to the script that you
Right.
to. I think I just need to modify this because I think I just had the wrong information.
And who do you think we have like the right domain?
Um, I need to ask our CTO because like our my this is like the actual like link for my job, so
Right.
it doesn't follow the like fresh desk naming convention.
Mm.
Um, so I need to leave it. Oh, but within this, also you can schedule reports. Oh, so I guess this is the domain that I would.
Maybe. I mean, you should try it. The API will have the link to the latest export. I think that will work.
I actually think that will work. Because I just found this the other day, this like section.
Right.
And it exports to an API and it like refreshes every day. So I think I actually just need to use this and request from
Do it. I think. Yeah.
this.
I like it.
I don't know why I'm like figuring all these things out like while I'm on this call with you.
This is great. I mean, this is great. This is what we want. At the end of the day, it's about you figuring out stuff. So it's great.
Okay, so I'll just click on this.
Alex, you're still there? Okay, here you go. Yeah, I think like it froze from my end.
What was this file? Oh, I'm doing this and I usually use Anaconda, so I probably have to do it with
The response is given below. I think you got a file.
Yeah, produce the file. So then what do I do this? So then I like
URL. Go to the URL. Let's see what we got.
okay. So yeah, so then it outputs a JSON. So I need to just like put into the script that it needs to read that.
Yeah. So yes, we need to.
Of this.
Can you go back to the script? Yes. So it where is I think it's in the response, right? No, in content. Print r.content. So I think the R, you need to modify the script. Instead of printing the R content, you need to tell it what you want to do with it. So you might want to read that into a data frame, or you might want to, I mean, it depends on what you would like to do.
Oh, I get you. Because right, okay. I have to connect this.
But yeah, the r.content is what you actually want. Just it depends like in what format do you want it and where do you want it, and you modify it, you got it.
Yeah, I guess the only issue with that is that I don't get it, and this isn't the r.content. The r.content is this.
This is not
What's
the
here?
what you say?
So like running the file, like the content itself is telling me the date that it was created, and then
The URL. So yeah,
so
that
then
makes
how
sense.
do I yeah, so then how do I point to this file and then run that and then put that into a data frame?
Right. What I suggest you do, go straight to the. I mean, we're about to end the call because of time constraints, but
Yeah.
go straight to the data wrangling project.
Mm.
And the data wrangling project, you're required to download a file programmatically, and basically you can use the request library, and
Okay.
you can feed it with the link, and that way you can
Okay.
download what's in it.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I'll do that today then. I'll go to the project
Is
and
it, am I making sense? Yeah.
no, that makes sense. So then like, using the request library, you put in the URL and then
Yes,
it'll
there you go. There you go. Awesome. Alex, great job.
oh my God, thank you. This was so helpful, man. I should have called you earlier. Like, I know I canceled like our other. Like, I don't know if I have enough information. I don't want to
No,
like
it's
waste his
fine.
time.
And sometimes you just would like to check in and say like, hey Javier, this is how I'm doing with the program, just to keep you in the loop. If that's what you have to say, that's enough for the call. Okay, so
Hmm.
okay, feel free to do so. I do have to go, however, I have another call in a minute. But can you tell me the email where I should send you the learning plan?
Yeah. I'll put it in the chat.
In the Study Hub? Awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you so much. This is very helpful.
No problem. Please share with me your email, your best emails, the email that you use for Udacity so that I can share the learning plan with you.
Okay.
And that's it. Have a nice day, Alex. It was
You
great
too.
talking to you.
See you, man. Thank you.
Bye bye.